Hello there. I think you guys are going to have to get used to me wearing the same outfit in two videos at the same time, because I just think it's a lot more convenient for me this way. But yeah, today's review is going to be on Shadow on the Crown by Patricia Bracewell, and I finished this last week during my trip to Sydney, and I picked it up because I thought it was such a really good historical novel that I think could, help me develop a lot more knowledge. I know it's fiction, so it's not true, but you get, bits and pieces out of it, and also because I want to move out of the Tudor era and into different periods, just because I've been in that era for so long that I don't really know anything about other periods of time. Shadow on the Crown is set during the year 1001, and it follows this girl named Emma, who is Norman, and she lives with her brother, and her brother's sort of like a duke or like the king of the land or something like that, and he's friends with the Vikings, and she ends up being married to King Ethelred, which is the King of England, and they get married in a more of a political way, so that her brother can stop the Vikings from entering England and just, burning down the place and stealing stuff. Alongside that, though, there is this lord that's in the English court, and he has a daughter by the name of Elgiva, and she tries to win the king's favor, or tries to, gain enough power, because there's a prophecy that's made telling her that her sons will be kings, and so it feeds her ego, basically. But the story is essentially the battle between the two women who try to gain power. It follows Emma a lot more plot-wise, and as the blurb suggests, Elgiva is just the mistress, so you don't really seem to understand her that well. The novel is split into a number of perspectives. So you have Emma's, you have the king's, you have the king's son, you have Elgiva's, and I think that's it. So that's 4, which I think is okay. Like, I wasn't getting distracted as much. I didn't feel like I was out of the loop of what was happening, so that was good. But it really made me dislike most of the characters. I felt like none of the characters worked, especially Elgiva. I hated how she was written, just as a ambitious woman who liked to flirt around, yada yada yada. I also didn't like how Emma was written either. Like, at the beginning, when she was being quite submissive, she learned to gain some respect afterwards, but still the beginning wasn't that great. Plot-wise, I don't think I enjoyed it that much. I hated how stereotypical it was, and I don't want to ruin it for you guys here, so I'm not going to mention it now, but I actually rolled my eyes and I thought, not again. Why couldn't they write it like something different? The king and his wife don't have a very positive relationship, hence Elgiva becomes his mistress, which I didn't like. I felt like, the author could have written it in a way that they developed a more positive relationship with each other, instead of him being so bitter and stuff. Still, it was pretty interesting, the way that Emma handled her sort of like she was shunned because she was from a country that, she had her heritage, which is the Danes, and they were known to be sort of brutal towards the English and stuff like that. So I wanted to see the dynamics of how she would work in the court. It's pretty funny because I didn't really grow any attachments to any of the characters when I was reading it, and that's probably something that I didn't enjoy about the book. I was just reading it as like a objective, point of view. I couldn't really care less what happened, to be honest. But I've heard that this book is a series, well, part of a series, and if it is, then I really do hope that the characters develop a lot more, because if it is a series, then I do want to check it out, or the sequel book out, just to see how the characters develop and What else is in store for Emma and her fate? Patricia Bracewell writes really well. It's really reminiscent of George R.R. Martin's A Song on Ice and Fire's writing style, so if you liked that, then I think you will like this as well. It's not that sort of like you know, gory and explicit, but oh well, actually it does get quite kind of explicit. There were some bits where I was like, ew, but yeah, so her writing was really good, which helped because I hate reading stuff that just feels like you're just clunking through. So I think that's how it helped me go through this entire novel. I finished it, which was a surprise for me. I probably wouldn't recommend it if you didn't really like historical fiction. If you do, then do check it out. I think some people, like, there's mixed reviews on this. Some people love it and some people don't. It certainly gives a really big insight into how the year, or how the English and stuff sort of sorted out the issues with the Vikings, especially in this king's reign. And they are true characters, King Ethelred and Queen Emma, I'm pretty sure. Other than that though, I am probably going to be giving this a 3 out of 5, just because I felt like there wasn't anything to remember it, like there wasn't a massive impact that left me, you know, remembering what happened in the novel a lot, thinking about it a lot. I just finished reading it and then I put it aside. That's it. Hopefully if there's a second book, then it is better than the first one. If it is a series, then I think there is potential for it. So yes, that's all for today. Because I'm doing the Bout of Books readathon, I've read quite a couple of books and I'm still trying to figure out if I should do, you know, reviews for every single book I read, or if I should just do a wrap up at the end and then review them in parts, or review them in just a one long video or something like that. But we'll see how I go. That is all for today. Goodbye now.